stakeholders or the different target groups. So we wrote first them down. We have the policymakers or political parties. We have enterprises, teachers, students, and general public. And when we were all looking at them, we discovered that the general public is the one in the center because they influence all of them. I mean, you have the pressure for the students, what is needed in society. They are consumer pressure. They're also influencing the policymakers. So we put them in the middle. And how we thought that they could be influenced to sustainability is the facts that represent the objectives and to give info. So this is something that we should give them. And do you want to explain what we came up with as a project?
Yeah, well, so basically our project, we decided to call it Sustainability Works. The reasoning and the thinking we went through was we need to pass the message right, and because sometimes we just focus when we think about sustainability in the environment, but there are other obviously dimensions, the social and the economic. So basically we thought, well, our description was like changing that behavior of people by showing this general public we've got in the middle how actually sustainability works. And I'm sure Vesna wants to explain a little bit the model that we've got.
This is the plastic model of this. Just to see how everything connected to the general public with Iceland idea, with all these groups around.
Yeah, so we also put like what we have done in Iceland. We have the case studies, we have a database, we have scientific info from the surveys that we have made. We have students here. So putting our collected info and collecting more info, putting it into practice. So we are doing the mapping to whom we should, and of course all the other groups are actually contributing because you are also talking about how to influence the general public. Mm-hmm. So we basically identified the general public as our most important target group. Mm-hmm.
And the turtle is there to show that we are having very slow progress.
Nice contribution.
Yeah, that's our part.
So what does it mean when people that work for universities, professors and whatnot, put their students in a bag?
There are blue of knowledge. We need this color.
You need to contain it.
Just this reason.
Okay.
The blue represents knowledge?
Yes.
Oh, nice. And so you were really looking at just the it's like a concept map, kind of the process for how this different information is exchanged amongst the stakeholders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and how to pass the final message.
Yeah.
You have to show the general public by facts what's the advantage of sustainable development for them, so that they can influence everybody else.
Is there a reason why you put facts pointing to general public rather than, for example, political parties? Or?
Yeah. Political parties only react to
General public.
Not to facts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You couldn't even put a dotted line there.
Well, as you can see, there are also interactions between other groups.
Yeah. Right.
Is this also a scalable model?
Well, as you can see, you can move our model. So it's quite sustainable.
And you lost the symbolism of the fragility of nature.
That's great. I think that all four of the prototypes are so interesting because they're all, touching on different pieces, and this one and the first one we saw are kind of, more kind of general, where the totem and the festival were kind of more specific, like the how, and I guess this is more kind of like the what and the what's. Is just what I'm thinking, and I'm also interested in how we started out really thinking about policymakers, but it seems as a group we've decided that we want to not just focus on policymakers, but really the people. So I think that's an interesting shift that we've made as a group.
But it's also interesting that when we had the interviews with what was his name?
Doug
Policy-
and,
Doug.
and Tatiana? Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about policy, and he was also saying policymakers are also we public stakeholders, and
Right.
often maybe the best way to make policy is to work with those people around trying to lobby politicians, or it's one way at least.
Right.
Maybe that's also we've gone into this local stakeholders,
Yeah.
policy makers.
And yeah, and kind of jumping, looking at, sorry, I just want to show, so remember way back when